Okay, so these are my opinions. I'd even like to go so far and be cocky enough to say that they're facts. The contributions of each of these so called groups are the melanated, highly melanated archetype, are the founders of humanity and organisms. How is that so? Well, all of the ethnicities and racial groups come from the melanated people, especially and more specifically from the melanated, dark skinned woman. Cry about it, but it's the truth. Children do not come from ribs, they come from wombs. So she made you and I. She made he and she and them and they. Moving on. The so called ethnicities, racial group, and identified or accepted as conceptual of the yellow people, and this means what people have accepted and are accepting currently as Native Americans, even though that is an oxymoron on itself, but let's run with it. The Asian groups or group, and their contribution would be animated art and the production, distribution of the complexities and harmony of blending drama with animation and creating and capturing the pure essence of deeper knowledge. Okay, that was weird and strange. So, spatial dexterity and the art of finesse. What? Okay, fine. We'll say we'll say that they have mastered and contribute to the world um, artistic ability and spatial dexterity with the ability to transform the material world and create legacies such as through anime, such as through their food and the preparations of such as through pedicures and manicures and the spa treatment. These are a major contribution, as well as many other things that cannot be, in my opinion, can never be replaced. They're irreplaceable. Moving on, the pale skinned. What is accepted as the conceptualized race, ethnicity, and group of European Caucasian. And their contribution, major contribution, has been linguistic abilities, linguistic creation of using linguistics in a masterful manner and method and the delivery of such. What do I mean? I mean that the European Caucasian has, hands down, in my opinion, has mastered the ability of using communication in the most efficient and constructive way and efforts of maintaining their existence. And that is something, in my opinion, that cannot be taken from them. They are the masters of using linguistic capabilities, output vocal sound in the deliverance and the performance of it, as well as the structure, as well as the mechanisms, definitions, and the ability to use it in the most conductive method and manner, of which they, the Caucasian Europeans, have managed to be able to use communication and linguistic capabilities to their benefit. And that is not something that I feel is a quote unquote bad thing, and it's not a negative thing. That is their contribution to life in itself, is their management of linguistic verbal communication, the deliverance of it, and using it in a masterful way, whether that is in a manipulative way or whether it is in a constructive and good for the, or good, not even good, but productive for life in itself, in the way that they are able to get their points across and for it to be clear and pronounced. That hence why people will ignorantly, but yet, I mean, whether they do it ignorantly or they're doing it as a stereotypical point of view, they will say such a thing if the speaker is not pale and the so-called identified Caucasian European. They will claim or accuse a melanated individual or individuals of trying to sound white or sounding white, or I thought you were white, assuming that they are white. That is why. And people may feel how they want to feel about it, but the truth of it is that there are two partners here in this method. So who do we think? We would think the melanated woman, melanated people, the melanated creators, and then furthermore, you would go ahead and out of maturity give it to the what we consider to be currently the European Caucasian. You can't discredit one. You can't uplift one while downgrading the other one, and that has been the issue. But that's what the contributions are. So then who are the other groups? The other groups are folks like me, which is nearly just about everyone. And who is me? We are the mixed ethnicities, so called. We are mixed with everyone. And there is no such thing really as bi